This is Monty with Blvd. Starting my digital inspection today. I am inspecting a concrete M-tile roof here in the Escondido area on a commercial building that was built in 1990. This appears to be the original roof, and there are currently active leaks showing up inside the building. Since this is a very large roof, I'm going to point out a few key areas to keep the video short. Underneath the eaves here, we have the fascia board, and it looks like we have a shadow board on top of that, and these eaves are actually boxed in, so we're not able to see the rest of the components. Don't see any dry rot. We also have drip edge, which is that metal flashing that goes along the perimeter. This is a good sign. This allows the water to freely flow off into the gutters anytime it rains. We also have bird stop. All right. So over here near the wall is one of the areas where the leaks are happening. On tile roofs, the most important part that actually keeps the water out is the underlayment. This is the waterproofing layer underneath the tiles, and in this area there is a metal called a Z-bar that should be underneath the wall flashing, but it's actually missing. Because of that, the entire top row of tiles here is open, which is likely where the water has been getting in during the rainstorms. If we take a look underneath the tiles, the underlayment is essentially breaking apart. So you can see this stuff is literally crumbling. So if water is already coming through the ceiling, that usually means the roof has been leaking for quite some time. All right, you can see that staining on there. Another thing to note is that along this row of tiles near the wall, many of the nails are exposed, which can also allow water to enter. There are a handful of cracked tiles throughout the roof. We have a couple replacement tiles, but there is a lot of cracked and chipped tiles. All right, so on the other side of the building where we have some equipment, the condition underneath the tiles is very similar to the underlayment on the front side. So taking a peek at here, again, you can see the underlayment is in very poor condition. This stuff is just absolutely falling apart, turning into dust. So we see the similar condition on this side. Another issue is the roof penetrations. So some of them actually have proper flashing. We see the metal around this one. We have one around the T-top and another one over there. But most of them only have sealant around them instead of metal flashing or even mortar. So we can see this one. This is another active leak area. And this leaves the areas much more vulnerable to leaks, right? This is ideally what you're going to want to have. This is proper. Again, over here, we have the same thing around these heat vents. It's just a bunch of mastic. So considering the age of the roof and the condition of the waterproofing layer, my recommendation would be to replace the roof. The process would involve lifting the existing tiles and replacing any damaged wood that we find underneath, installing new underlayment, and adding proper flashing around all of the penetrations. We would also add proper roof ventilation so the roof can breathe. For that, we typically install low-profile O'Hagan vents, so this would go across the ridge line. So I'll be putting together a few options for the owner so we can review and figure out the best way to move forward. Thank you.